week on the Island Times News Update, supporters of the Beach Diner again packed the Atlantic Beach Commission chambers. Neptune Beach will look at a solution to flooding in Town Center, and the Navy has accepted the first littoral combat ship that will be coming to Mayport. Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Supporters of the Beach Diner again packed the Atlantic Beach Commission chambers Monday night, even with the issue of the proposed Gate convenience store and gas station on Atlantic Boulevard on the agenda only for discussion. Gate has proposed a 6,000 square foot convenience store with multiple fueling stations for the property at 535 Atlantic Boulevard, but a dispute over how much parking should be allocated for the Beach Diner, which has been operating on the adjacent property for 19 years, has landed in court, where a judge will decide how many parking spaces the diner may use. Attorney T.R. Hainline is representing Gate Petroleum in the dispute. He told the commission that no one wants to see the businesses close. Hainline said the company has been working with the city staff for nearly a year and had been told in multiple emails from the city that the proposed store met all city codes, and Gate had proceeded based on those emails, spending over $2 million to acquire and begin developing the property.
Gate's proposed use is a permitted use under the CG district. Gate's use consists of a retail outlet for the sale of food and other items and an automobile service station. We are well aware of your code's definition of a service station, and Gate's station will include the sale of automotive fuel, oil, and accessories, and minor routine automotive servicing. Gate cannot finalize its site plan until the question of the Beach Diner parking is resolved. Once that question is resolved, Gate will submit its site plan and the details of its proposed use to your staff. The proposed use will continue to comply with the CG district and all other provisions of the code.
Hainline said that the site plan can't be finalized until the parking dispute is settled by the court. But attorney Paul Aiken disputed Gates' assertion that the proposed station complies with the code.
In fact, an automotive service station has to provide both service and repair according to our code. The minor automotive service is a defined term in our code. The minor automotive repair is not. However, for those of you who are curious what might encompass minor repairs, the city of Jacksonville does have minor repairs defined in their code. And since our director of zoning enjoys referring to the city of Jacksonville's code, I brought it along with me tonight. Minor repairs, according to the city of Jacksonville's code, shall include sales and servicing of spark plugs, batteries, and distributor parts, tire servicing and repair, replacement of water hoses, fan belts, brake fluid, light bulbs, fuses, floor mats, seat covers, windshield wipers and wiper blades, grease retainers, wheel bearings, mirrors, and the like, radiator cleaning and flushing, the provision of water and antifreeze and the like, washing and polishing, the sale of automotive washing and polishing materials, providing and repairing fuel pumps and lines, minor servicing and repair replacement of carburetors, emergency wiring repairs, adjusting and emergency repair of brakes, greasing and lubrication. I would submit to this commission and anyone else that cares to review the codes with an open eye towards fairness and with an open mind, that what is being proposed by my next door would-be neighbor, since I reside at 599 Atlantic Boulevard, and 535 is the adjacent property, what they are proposing is no more than a convenience store.
Commissioner Maria Mark said she'd placed the item on the agenda as a placeholder so she could ask specific questions of City Attorney Rich Commando about communications between Atlantic Beach Zoning Director Jeremy Hubsch and GATE.
It's my understanding that any opinions given to date from our city staff to GATE are really informal opinions. In other words, because GATE has not submitted any formal any formal development plan or started the permitting process that would involve the city, that any discussions, whether it's been email, whether it's been oral, would really be an informal opinion. And so whatever GATE has, actions they've taken in trying to move this development forward is really on their own desire.
City Attorney Commando said that a staff opinion would not trump what is in the city's code, an opinion he's expressed to both Hainline and Aiken.
Until we receive a formal request for permit, that at that time, whatever the proposal is, and even to date, both parties have indicated to me that there have been more than either a dozen or half a dozen versions of what the plan is, that until the city receives a copy of a formal plan, there's nothing to analyze on our part as to what applicable code would govern that site.
After further debate, the commission decided to suspend further discussion about the project until there's a concrete proposal from GATE and the parking dispute is settled by the court. Recent heavy rains have again brought attention to the flooding problem in Town Center and Neptune Beach, and on Monday night at its workshop meeting, the City Council will discuss a proposed ordinance that would require pervious pavers to be used in the district. The ordinance would specify that any new construction or repair of existing pavement be done with pavers that allow water to escape into the ground. Some recent work done in the town center area was completed with non-pervious pavers, and the ordinance is designed to place the use of pervious pavers into the city's code. The City Council will also continue its discussion of when a business should be required to replace a damaged sign and when that sign can be repaired. Recent storms damaged some non-compliant signs in Neptune Beach, and the city's ordinance is not completely clear on whether those signs must now be brought into compliance with the city's code requiring low monument signs, or if they can be repaired. And the Neptune Beach Council will begin consideration of an ordinance to limit the sale of e-cigarettes and supplies to persons under the age of 18 and where such devices can be sold. The St. Johns River Water Management District's governing board this week approved $25 million in cooperative funding for 50 local projects that, when leveraged with local partners' funding, represents more than $89 million in total project investment. Projects in Atlantic Beach and Neptune Beach are at the top of the list. Atlantic Beach will receive $62,700 towards a phosphorus treatment facility for its residential water. The city will be required to come up with $127,300 for the project. The Atlantic Beach project was the top item on the Water Management District's list. In Neptune Beach, the board approved $275,550 for nutrient removal enhancements at its water treatment plant. The city's share of the project is $711,450. Board Chairman John Miklos of Orlando said the projects are designed to significantly help local communities conserve water, develop alternative water supplies, and improve surface water quality. In Jacksonville Beach, the City Council will consider an amendment to the interlocal agreement with the City of Jacksonville that deals with how community block grants are administered. The City of Jacksonville Beach received a notice from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development requesting the amendment. HUD says the new agreement should be written in such a way to prevent local governments from transferring any portion of a block grant to any other governmental unit. City Manager George Forbes said that since he has no intention of transferring any portion of a community development block grant to any other governmental entity, he sees no problem with approving the amendment. Jacksonville Beach will also finalize its ordinance dealing with the sale of animals from puppy mills and kitten mills by local pet stores at its Monday meeting. Well, when we come back, Mayport is closer to getting its first littoral combat ship, at least on a temporary basis. This is the Island Times News Update.
Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788. Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Neptune Beach Councilwoman Kara Tucker has officially announced her campaign for mayor of Neptune Beach. Tucker says she's received a broad range of community encouragement, and now the twice-elected city council member has become 2016's first official candidate for Neptune Beach mayor. The Neptune Beach native would replace current Mayor Harriet Pruitt, who is term-limited. Councilwoman Tucker is employed at UNF in the Administration Department, and she was recently selected by Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry to serve on the Economic Development Transition Team chaired by former Mayor John Delaney. The Navy has accepted delivery of the future USS Jackson Littoral Combat Ship in Mobile, Alabama. The ship will be the first of the class to be stationed at Naval Station Mayport. The Navy says the Jackson is the fifth littoral combat ship to be delivered and the third of the Independence variant to join the fleet. Captain Warren R. Buller II, commander of Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 1, said the Jackson will operate out of Mayport, Florida, while conducting full ship shock trials, and then join her sister littoral combat ships in their home port of San Diego late in 2016. The Bookmark is making plans to celebrate its 25th anniversary on Saturday the 29th of August from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Festivities will include treats, chances to win prizes, and good conversation. Owner Rona Brinley says they are proud to be part of the Beaches community and the Beaches Town Center. The public is invited to join the 25th anniversary celebration, and she said she looks forward to many more years as your independent bookstore by the sea. And it's the middle of the month, and that means it's time for the monthly Jacksonville Beach Classic Car Cruise on Tuesday, August 18th. The event begins at 5 p.m. with classic cars on display in the Jacksonville Beach Central Business District, and they'll file out to cruise First Street at 8:30. In Beaches Town Center, it's the monthly Art Walk on Thursday from 5 until 9. Merchants work in tandem with artists throughout the town center, opening their doors and providing artists with an additional venue to show and sell their original artwork. Well, the National Weather Service says we can expect a slight chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms over the weekend, and then a better chance of rain into the first part of next week. Look for highs in the mid to upper 80s and lows in the mid 70s. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted to the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.